Kobe
So,
great, by the way. So,
we've gone to the 2000s, we've gone to the 2010s, and now we're going to go to 2018 to 19 because we didn't get to finish this season, so there's not really stuff to compare it to. Also, this season would be a bad season to compare stuff to because of Corona. So,
The Ronies. Yeah.
Let's take a look at the 18-19 season.
Okay, so now we're looking at
Pretty much almost identical.
Yeah. No, but look at the 3-pointers attempted.
Yeah.
Now we've really entered some insane territory.
Oh my God, I didn't even know that 45. It literally almost doubled from 2010.
All right, so let's go back. So 2009, 2010, right?
It's almost 20 more threes a game. It was 27.
This is why the Suns say what they say. They were leading the league and being considered, or not leading the league. This Suns team right here at 21 threes a game, they didn't even lead the league in their era, but they're always the ones that are brought up as like they were shooting so much, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The Magic kind of took it. I actually remember that. I remember when the Magic kind of they chewed up. Their system was just amazing.
Yeah, they were.
It was all about making threes.
It was more in 2009, but
yeah.
But they were, and I think weren't they super efficient in 2009?
Yeah, but look, still hitting 37% is good.
Yeah,
but,
that's not bad, especially at that time. That was like amazing.
But now, 10 years later, it is a drastically different experience. There's 22 teams hitting at least 10 threes. There is one fucking team hitting 10 threes 10 years ago.
That's,
The whole league has shifted, completely stretched. And it's fast.
The Warriors literally like changed the whole shit. And
I think they have a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
They definitely have a lot to do with it.
So how do you feel about Larry in this era?
So there's obviously things that benefit him. Right? Like the power forwards are not like going to be bigger than him, but they are going to be way faster than him. Right? Yeah. How many threes do you think Larry Bird shoots as a player in 2020?
Let me see. As a player, I mean, what's the like? I'd have to look at. My bad. Let me see what's that. Like, do we have like the average like?
He never
threes per player.
If you put him in 2020, do you think he shoots 10 threes a game?
2020. All right, so I'm just gonna think of it like normal. I mean, I could see him shooting probably 8 to 10 easily, because he's gonna be.
So if he shoots 8, and let's say he makes 40%, it's fair, right?
Yeah.
If at 40%, what is that? 3 threes, about, give or take?
Yeah, something like that.
And if he
like
obviously
3.5 maybe.
He's making 4.
Yeah.
Curry's making how many? 8 or 9 in a game?
Making? Yeah. I don't think he's making 8 or 9. There's no way. Has to be like 4, maybe 4.
No, really? He's that little? I would have thought higher than that. Steph Curry, 5. Yeah, that's right.
Per 36 minutes.
Fuck.
What is that?
5. I'm still chill. We're good.
It's 9 a game will be like you getting at least 27 off threes.
But this is what I'm just explaining to you. This is what 43% looks like. And this is bombing away. We know what this looks like.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably more accurate.
I disagree. So the reason my main thing is the thing that makes Steph so crazy is like him being able to create his own shot as well. Larry can do that. He can do the same exact thing. Like he's just not as fast as that. He doesn't have the dribbling, but he literally creates his own shot, and we see it in multiple different like occasions.
I literally think Larry Bird and Klay Thompson play the same. Because Klay Thompson has an underrated post game too in 2020.
What? They don't even play anywhere near identical at all.
Larry Bird will play with his back to the basket, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think he's not gonna do that in 2020?
I think he still could do it. Yeah, I think he still would do it. I don't see why not.
Maybe that gets beaten out of him, but if we're taking 1986 Larry Bird and putting him in 2020, he's definitely using the post game because he's going to look at the whole scenario and be like, I can slow the game down, and that's probably how we would think it out.
Yeah, I mean, Bron does that pretty much. That's
what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, like you can't like. He's a great player. He's going to use all the tricks that he knows.
But what I'm saying is, so LeBron has so how many threes a game do you think LeBron takes?
I'd probably say he's taking probably like 5 or 6, if I had to guess.
So he led the league in points in 2017, the year before we're looking at. Cool. So that's that Cavs year. Is that it's a Cavs year. Right.
LeBron didn't lead. He led the league in points. He didn't lead the league in points.
He did. He led the league in points this season. I literally just read it.
Really?
27 a game. He's taking 5 threes, and he's shooting 36%. I could see this is
good. I just remember numbers. My numbers, I just remember.
This to me is probably close to Larry Bird's stat line.
That pretty much is a Larry Bird stat line right there.
Pretty close.
More rebounds, a little less assists, probably.
Yeah, flip-flop assists. Figure you get 7 assists a game.
I got Larry shooting
rebounds.
I think he'll probably even if he's taking the same. If it's dumb doing the same exact thing, I think.
No, you know whose stat line he absolutely reminds me of, or who's if you just close your eyes and I could totally see this, right?
Dude, I thought you were gonna say Nick Young. I was supposed to say.
They play shockingly the same game. Points are a little bit down for Jokic.
Yeah, but Larry's okay.
But I'm telling you, man.
Do we think Larry Bird is a star in 2020?
I think Larry Bird is an all-star in 2020.
I think Larry Bird is a superstar in 2020. Okay. I think he has all of the other shit that makes people love him, like being able to score all this other shit, flashy passes. He has all of that, and then my main thing with Larry is he has that dog in him. Like when it comes to like big moments, we showed in the last podcast that when he went, he had big moments at first, and then had those issues similar to what LeBron kind of went through, and then you got after he figured it out, he was just insane. He was clutch, and you could always trust him. And I think he's what is this?
I'm trying to find the
comparison.
I was watching this video on Larry Bird. I can't remember.
I think Jokic isn't like I think he'd be that, but he's obviously going to be smaller, lighter, and they have the same issues. Technically they say Jokic doesn't play great defense, and my whole thing is Larry is super smart. Like he plays his defense through like his mind. He's reacting before. Like he's doing it based off experience, pretty much. He knows the ball's gonna be there when you're about to shoot it. He has his hands ready before you're even there. Like he does smart shit. Like you saw a lot of those plays last podcast where he just was that like the best game ever. He was literally there at every spot of the court when he needed to, and it was nothing athletic about it. It was just him being smarter than everyone else, and I think he's definitely doing that in the 2020. I think there's not many players in 2020 that has a higher IQ than Larry.
I think IQ is one of the biggest things that's gone up over the years in comparison to when he played, and I'll tell you why. Is you're gonna call me, but the NBA 2K and the fact that anybody can play it, and anybody, doesn't matter if you're a scrub on the bench or me at home or fucking anybody, can play that game and develop a basketball IQ. And I think things like that make our IQ better. And the ability to do what we're doing right now, go on YouTube and watch motherfuckers play. Like,
yeah, but there's still a completely different thing from when you playing the game. When
yes,
you're there and going through those motions.
You're gonna tell me that that doesn't matter?
To an extent, but the experience, you still can only do. You're physically able to do what you can. Like,
we're
so
talking about this. You were talking about.
I know, but you have to use both at the. That was the great part about Larry. He was able to use his weak ass body to fucking be in the right spots, make the right plays, and just be smarter than everyone. And you don't see many players taking advantage of people like that.
I think more players, what do you call it? I think more players play with higher IQ now than they did in like the 80s. I think it's just different. Like,
do you think defense is better than from right now versus the 80s?
I don't think that's fair because the rules are so different. They're so different. Like, you can't, like, what if LeBron could fucking body someone? You can't really do that. Like, you can do that offensively, but on defense, you can't, like, it's a significantly, like, look at some of the plays we're watching right here. Like, nobody's touching each other out there.
Yeah. I mean, but plays like that happen in the 80s too.
By the way, everything that you're seeing on the screen that Nikola Jokic is pulling off is of Larry Bird, things that I could see Larry Bird doing in a game.
Yeah. Or better. Much better.
Equal.
Are you crazy? He's literally doing what Larry's doing, but at a smaller level. Didn't you just say he was averaging like 28, 9 and something, whatever, or 28?
He's young. He's getting better. Don't worry.
So you can't say equal. There's no way. That doesn't make sense.
Jokic should be in college. Come on. Or should be just getting out of college. Larry Bird, come on. Fuck out of here. Jokic is awesome. And he makes crazy plays. And he plays so much like Larry Bird with the lack of athleticism and the using the IQ, everything that you were talking about.
Yeah. And my whole thing is, you're telling me you put 86 Larry Bird in this same era, and you think he's not gonna be a superstar? I don't understand how.
I think he's Jokic. I think
I literally just told you he's that, but significantly better. He has way more experience and everything.
Yeah, but I'm saying that I don't agree. I think that he's an all-star. I think he's a little bit better than this, but he's not MVP.
He's not MVP.
There's a different tier. Like, I think in 2000, I think he has a legitimate shot to win MVP. In 2010, we said that he would finish second or third, right? 2020, I think he's like maybe in the top 10, but like maybe out of it. Like, you could probably get to a bunch of guys before him.
So we put in that same Celtics team, right?
Yes.
I can't say that every team in the league at this point is better than that Celtics team.
No, that's not what I was saying. I was saying.
So I'm looking at that. He's putting up. So we're comparing those numbers. He averaged 26 or something with the Celtics. If he's shooting more threes, he's probably making a 3 or 2 more a game. Yeah. He's probably averaging in the 30s now.
Yeah. No, I'd say probably, let's say 28.
28, 29?
Yeah.
But And I think he's still staying with the same assist. If anything, probably more.
Maybe.
Okay, and then
I can see
I think he's still dogging with the rebounds. There's no way it's a smaller league. He's definitely dogging with the rebounds. He's still having the 9-10 rebounds a
So
game.
give me a stat. Give me a stat line.
I'd probably do it like maybe 28, 12, and 7. I'd probably do that. I think that would be pretty. I think he'd get 12 rebounds in this NBA. He never averaged it his whole career, but he played against much bigger people.
Well, he got to 11 in 83, and he averaged when he was young.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be. This is supposedly his apex, right? So, I think best Larry would do that easily.
All right, I could see it. I just think, and you think that would get you the MVP?
And I think that Celtics team is gonna be probably in the East at this point. So it's 2009. So you still got that Cavs team. That Cavs 2009 team, right? No. The Lakers. So who was the? Oh, so you got the Toronto team. Celtics are easily the best team in the East. Easily, it's not even. I don't think Milwaukee's better at all. I don't think that Toronto team. He's easily winning MVP that year. He's in a dog walk like Giannis. I promise you, he dog walk Giannis.
I don't know if he gets the MVP over Giannis though.
How many games did he win that year? 60?
A metric fuck ton. Yeah. Mucho games.
I mean, they'd lose probably 3 games to the Celtics, so you could take that away. Like,
oh, see, now you're doing what I'm doing before. We said I'm not doing that. Fucking,
nah, I think the Celtics, that Celtics team could easily go 60 games in this NBA.
Basically, what you're asking from Larry is what Giannis did,
but better.
That's never been done before. Look.
What?
This is what Giannis put up to win MVP.
And that's never been done before.
Never happened.
No one's ever won MVP with those stats. I'm pretty sure Shaq did.
No one's ever put up 27, 12, and almost 6.
And I'm saying Larry would do it.
Kevin Garnett was pretty close once, with a steal and a block and a half.
I'm saying Larry Bird would definitely do that.
I'm saying no fucking chance.
Not with the defense. The defense, he's definitely not doing those defensive numbers.
He is getting YouTube videos for 8 to 9 minutes of him getting fucking turnstile on defense. He's gonna get that. He will get the James Harden treatment on defense.
I not to that extent because he's
gonna be trying to because he's gonna be. Do you think Allen Iverson is a good defender?
No, but
he had 2 steals a game. He was great at anticipating and picking passes the same way Larry Bird did. I bet your ass in 2020, Larry Bird is doing a lot of these.
Yeah, but the difference is Larry Bird did it at the biggest moments ever. Like Allen Iverson didn't do that. That's the difference. Like that makes you a great defender. If you're like doing it in the.
If we're talking about player on player, Allen Iverson did everything that he could with that body.
Yeah.
At that point, you want to talk about his team, but I'm just saying this is hard. This Giannis stat line is difficult. Like I don't know if
right. Larry's definitely not shooting 58%. Giannis, because of that, Larry probably come in top 5 in MVP because you still got to think about his team is gonna be first or second in the East easily.
I got Giannis. I got Kawhi. I got
over Larry.
I'm just naming people that are in the discussion before.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got to see all the teams. I got Durant played that whole year, right?
Mm-hmm. But you're gonna put him with Steph in his team, and okay.
I mean, at that point, if you're gonna add the Celtics, this guy's got Bill Walton. He's got fucking McHale. He's got Robert Parrish. He's got 4 All-Stars on his team.
Yeah, but he also doesn't have a 7.
And he's got Dennis Johnson, who's a Hall of Famer.
That team became that because of Larry.
Oh,
Golden State was.
That's not the case. But
you think
organizations were way more?
Oh yeah.
Before
That's
that.
true.
But I'll put KD in there. Who else is on this list? Let's see. I mean, you could probably Jokic.
LeBron wasn't in the
No,
MVP.
LeBron. I think this was his.
He got injured. Yeah.
He got injured.
But
if he was healthy, sure. Fucking. So maybe Larry slides in.
I think he's top 5. I think he's top. He's second in MVP that year. Again.
No, I think
Kawhi Leonard played 60 games that year. Like, he didn't play as much games as Larry's going to play. Larry's definitely playing about 79 games a year, easily.
82 games that season. So, and 70, he played 60 at the end of his career. But yeah, no, Larry Bird, that's what he's known for. But
and Kawhi Leonard played like 6. That was the big thing about Kawhi, because everyone was trying to.
Personally, I think Kawhi fucks Larry Bird up at this point of it. Like, I think at this Apex Kawhi, visually to me would dog Apex Larry. But
I think he would be way too matchups. Yeah, matchups is just Kawhi's defense is
that's
just
what I'm
going to be.
saying. I think Kawhi swallows Larry Bird, like makes him shoot like 40% from the field.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. I agree with that.
Giannis, I did not think that could be done.
Yo, why? I would have literally told you that. I literally said that series before it happened to my boss. I told him that series was going to happen exactly how it happened. And he told me, nah, I don't think. And literally afterwards, like, it was like, 2 weeks later? And he totally acted like he forgot about the conversation. And I'm like, yo, I told you this shit. And he was like, well, I didn't expect him to really do that. And I'm like, bro, this is what he did to LeBron. And this is a lower level LeBron.
No, but Giannis is bigger, longer, and faster than LeBron.
But he wasn't as good as that LeBron James.
No, I understand the skill, but like I'm talking about the physical dimensions. Like,
yeah, but the whole thing is that
series.
You have a great defender like that.
That series made me feel like it doesn't matter how big anyone is. Kawhi could guard anyone in the history of the league.
No, I don't agree. I think
it's a very short list.
If you make Giannis be just like LeBron, where he could shoot actually, or like what LeBron is now, how he could shoot.
Yeah.
I think Kawhi Leonard has they lose that series.
Larry Bird, is he still Larry Bird in 2020? Have we made a decision?
I say no. I think he's slightly. I think he's a different. I don't think he reaches that MVP status.
I think he's easily a top 10 player in the league, and you could probably argue him top 5.
But MVP?
I think that year he would be second to Giannis in MVP.
You think people would think he would win it over Giannis at all, ever? Or
No, I don't. I would not put it. Yeah, that Giannis, he wilded out that year. You can't take that away. But I think it's the same thing with LeBron. Like, LeBron took it, like, went crazy in 2010, and you can't take that away from him. And with the team that he had, like, Giannis doesn't have a second star. Like, you can't take that away.
Giannis doesn't have a second star?
Chris Middleton is not a second star.
Brook Lopez is the closest thing to this. Dude, $22 million. Larry Bird would make $22 million in one season.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy.
That's terrible.